Okay. Okay, let's get back here. So we're over here on number Shin Pei Zion on page Tafkuf Kaf Beis. And it says, he said, Vitzarach L'kavin the L'shalev Shem Abgi, that's the first name of the Ana Bkoach, Bo Shin Shal Shkotzit. So it gets tied on, I guess, little by little, as we use these names. Now, let me see if I can understand it. Look, read a little bit more. Az be'esim miris apasaka rishon shuhu abgi. Shuhu b'chesed the Yitzira really represents what it actually comes from. I guess he's saying comes from Yitzira. It's actually the name of the chesed of Yitzira. Yesh lekavan la'alos as kitzonis ha'chochma d'siyah. So now we're not going to take the kitzonis up at one time. We'll take it up in pieces. L'kav yomim, where does it go? It's going to go to the right line. The Benimis HaMalchus, so that Benimis HaMalchus, which is down below, Shehi Shem shall Shem. He says like this: is Shem Shin. He calls it a Shem. I don't think it's a misprint. Shall Shem Shkotzis. It's the Shin of that name. It's by him saying Shehi Shem Shin, so it's making it sound like it's a name by itself. Lefichoch yesh l'shalev as Shem Abgi im Shem in the. I guess he means the Shin of Shkotzis. He says of V'shem Karasatan. Now we go to the next one. Ba'oz Kuf Shal Shkotzis. So this name here, V'kein Kasha as a pasuk Hasheni, which is Karasatan. He says Shehu B'Gvura the Yitzira, which represents it's actually coming down, or it's inside somehow this Malchus of Yitzira. Yesh l'kaven la'alos as the kitzonis abina. Now we're going to take the kitzonis of the abina of Asira. This is the kitzonis of the Chabad. We're going to go up now. L'kav small shepenimius malchus the Yitzira to the left line of the penimius malchus the Yitzira. Shehi oz kuf m'shem shkotzis, which is the kuf. So now we're taking the second letter. But the ficha v'yesh the shalev as shem karasad, and so the second name will go to the second level of this name shkotzis, which is actually the name of the Malchus of Yitzira. Im os kuf shel shkotzis. So then next one he said v'kein shar hashisha shemos. Then all the rest of the six names, the shisha shema b'sheish osis shkotzis, each one of them will attach under this name shkotzis. V'chein kashaimdam has a pasuk shlishi shehu shem nagad yakash. So it's the same thing. Yagad nakash goes along with the name. Where is it? Here we go. He says the third name. Here it is. It says. Okay. Anyway, why don't I just Yachid Geil Am B'Pnei Zogad that one. Shehem B'Tiferes. He says the name is Nagad Yakash. Excuse me. Nagad is Nagi Bor Dorshe. That's the third name. Shehu B'Tiferes the Yitzira, which is in the that is in the Tiferes the Yitzira, and I'm thinking that what he's saying is that we're actually in Olam Asiyah, but it must be that these three lines are manifest in the Malchus of Yitzira, and as a result of that, the different names are going to attach to different parts of the name of the Malchus of Yitzira. Yesh l'kaven la'alos as kitzonis adas the Olam Asiyah, so now you have the Chabad of the kitzonis of Asiyah, of the Chabad of Asiyah being able to move up. L'kavem soy goes into the middle line. Shepenimius amalchus shehi oz vav shal shkotzis. And now you've gotten that. I just want to go through these because maybe I could try it. I'm not sure that I can remember this. For l'chein yesh l'shalev as oz havav im Hashem shal nagad yakash. So nagad yakash is no gibor. V'kein k'she'omrim pasuk of Revi. Now when you go to the fourth pasuk. Shuhu Shem Bater Tzachag, which Bater Sagli Barchem Tachrem, like that. Shuhu Benetzach, the Yitzira is in the Netzach of Yitzira. So now you've moved up. Ubul Ma'alim as Penimius Achesed. So now you're bringing a lower element. You're bringing the Penimius of the Chagat. You're bringing that up now. L'kava Yomim Shal Chitzonis Amalchus to the right line of the Chitzonis Amalchus. Shehi Os Sadi Shel Shem Shkotzis, which is the tzaddik, and they're going like this, and we'll just go through it. V'lechem yesh the shalev of the chaber Os Sadi im Shem Bater Tzachag. So he said, became the pasuk Hachamishi in the fifth pasuk, Shehi Shem Hakav Tana, which Hakav Tam is Chasi Kadosh Baruch Tu V'Chon, that one. He says Shehu Behod the Yetzira, that actually is reflected in the Hod Yetzira. Okay, we got another interruption, and I'm running here, waiting for this call to come back, and here we're coming back. Okay, so he says we're over here where it says Yesh the Kavin La'alos as Penimius HaGavura Desiya. So now we're going to bring up this part of the Chagat. The Kav is small. It's going to go on the left line. Shal Chitzonius HaMalchus, of the Chitzonius of the Malchus. Shehu Os Yud Shal Shkotis, which is that represents that letter in Shkotis, that Yud of Shkotis of the Chain Yesh the Shalach. So there you have to combine with the Chaber Os Yud im Shem Chagatana. So we're gonna do that with that's the Chassid Kadosh. V'chein b'shem Ashishi, also in the sixth name, Shuhu, which is Yagad Pasach, which is Yachid Gei La'amcha Panei. So now you got all six of them moving up. Bazav v'hu b'yisod the Yitzira, Vo Ma'alim as Penimius Tiferes the Olam Asiyah. So we're bringing up the Penimius of the Tiferes Olam Asiyah. L'kavim soy to the middle line. He says Shal Chitzonis Malchus of the Chitzonis Malchus. Shehi Os Tov Shal Shkotis, which is the final letter of the Shkotis. And now you've brought up the Penimius of the Chagad the Yitzira and the Chitzonius of the Chagad of the Chabad the Yitzira. You brought them up onto the Shkotis, which is the Malchus of Yitzira. As Yesh the Chabad of the Shalev Os Tov im Yagal Pazak. So let's see. We have just a few minutes. So let's go to number Shin Sadi. So now we come to a different place. The different place is, it says, so now you did that, and what you did was you pulled up all of those elements of the Penimius of the Chagat, the Asiyah, and the Chitzonius of the Chabad the Asiyah. You pulled them onto the Shkotzitz. And then after that you say the rest of the tefillah, and you get to this one called Ezel Makoma. He says, Asher kol pesukim shal Torah. These are not pesukim that you find in the Torah. But they are words of the rabbis. Asher b'zecha haperek the Ezel Makoma. They're only the words of the rabbis. The kind of Torah Shabbat Peh, that is the part of Torah Shabbat Torah. So understand that they're not Torah. I'm not sure what the difference is. In other words, what difference does it make? So this is an effort by the rabbis, I guess, to have a kavanah to bring up the rest of Asiyah. So when we say this, going through the different karbanos, Ana Ma'alim Lamala as called Haneshar Ma'olam Asiyah, we're able to bring up above all that remains in the Olam Asiyah. Shehim Penimius, which is what? Now let's look at it like this: the Penimius of the Nai of Asiyah, and the Chitzonius of the Nai of Asiyah. The Penimius of Malchus, the Malchus Asiyah, v'chabiruim shel Ketoris, and then also we're going back to what we learned about the Ketoris, which is bringing up the Nitzutzim from Bia. He says, "V'hu atach hamefarish Rav Seder Aliyah shel Olam Asiyah." Now he's going to explain the order of the Aliyos, and he says the Madrega Yosef Ma'ula, which from to a level which is higher. This all takes place as a result of saying that parak. And he says, Ashin Sadi Daliki Ata. Allah Penimius Shlosh Achron is the Asiyah. So we have the rule still that the Penimius is the part that moves up. But Naasa Bechid Chitzonius, so Chitzonius Shloshim is the Siyah, because we had nothing to be able to say about the Chitzonius. We said that the Penimius of the Chagat, the Siyah moves up. But we didn't say that, but the Chitzonius is still there. He says, Be'ez Amiris Perik Ezeru Mekoma, what happens? Olo HaPenimius the Nine the Siyah, so the Penimius and the Mind of Siyah, Malvish Chitzonius the Chagat the Siyah, so now it's going to become a Penimius. Then Asa Chitzonius the love, and it becomes a Chitzonius to it. So then for Chitzonius Ahuna Asa Penimius Aleichem, so then it makes what was originally the Chitzonius of the Chabad, of the Chagat, is now going to be panemius because it has this layer on top of it. Chitzonis the Haga Dasia. Now asa panemius the Nai Dasia. It makes the Nai Dasia. He says it becomes panemius to the Nai which moved up on top of it, of the panemius of the Nai. For all the panemius of Malchut Dasia. So then what happens is that the Malchut Dasia now goes up. V'na'asa kitzonis al kitzonis shlosh achronis, and now becomes kitzonis to the kitzonis, which makes them all into panemius. Upanemius malchus the olam asiyah. Now it oiler mamalvish kitzonis nai the siyah goes up and covers over on top of that. V'na'as kitzonis the nai the siyah v'oiler oser hachius. That could be pronounced chayus also, if you want to look at it like chayus kodesh, because he says these words. He says v'olam hachayus shal olam asiyah hakadusha. So that could be the chayus like a being of some sort, but it could be the chiyus or the life force. Sha'ala al yedecha be'echad ansis simanei hakateros k'niskan al that goes up with those Torahs, which we mentioned before, comes out of Bia. V'yedecha b'mirbas echad ansis simanei hakateros also ata ha'chiyus shal kedusha shechoyse b'kali that was originally the kali. V'na'asa b'chitzonis b'chinas kitzonis el kitzonis now becomes a kitzonis kitzonis the malchus asiyah. Kedusha, so he says the kedusha, which is have a couple of more to get through here. The she'alsachem in a kali goes up to the ola ater malvisha al chitzonis the malchus the olam asiyah, v'nas chitzonis the malchus asiyah. V'havri yedecha b'kach. So do this nishlamu eser sphere shleimus the asiyah. Now you have a complete all of the eser spheres of a asiyah are now attached in some way to the shkotzes. Uvazos nishlamu ha'eser spheres the asiyah. Now this particular, I think that's what he means. So he says now here in this we have now completion of the 10 spheres of the sea of Afal Pesha Penimis Achaba the Asiya Olam Atzira. Even though you lost the first 3, now you're replacing them by moving everything up. This all happens as a result of that. The Malchut the Yitzir Sheyard the Olam that went down there. Then as Penimius the Chitzonius becomes the Penimius, then the Chitzon with the Yisonius Chabad the Sia, but the Penimius Chagad the Sia, all that happened. Vayedecha V'Hayos or Akiyos Hazeh Shal Keteris, so the Torah then also coming up. V'Olam Asiyah Nishlam, and that makes a completion there. The Olam Asiyah to lesser Sephiros, Gam Al Yedecha V'Achiyos Shal Kedusha Sha'also Nan Min Aklipos. So he says L'Olam Asiyah B'Koach Amiris Keteris Ve'Hin Hilvisha Al Chitzonius Malchut Asiyah. That's it, and thank you for learning with me today.